Hey there, welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm John, and I am a GenXGrownUp. Thanks for checking out this video and the channel. It's time for another of my walk and talks. Walk and talks are equal parts editorial and a way for me to entertain myself while I get outside, get a little sunlight, and exercise. Last night I went to the theater and I saw the new Natalie Portman film, Annihilation. If you want to read a review of it, Mo posted one on GenXGrownUp.com. Head over there and check it out. This isn't specifically about Annihilation though. Instead, this is about what happened at the end of Annihilation, which is to say, nothing. Nothing happened at the end of Annihilation. And it's the latest in a long run of movies I've seen in the last year or two that just decided to not have an ending. Annihilation, as I mentioned, Downsizing, the Florida Project, they just decide they're done and they cut. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, John, this is a very subjective thing. You're not taking into account all the possibilities that were in the writer's mind. Okay, I rode the bus next to a kid in high school who's on debate teams. I know how this works. You've got to be able to argue both sides to be sure which side you're really on, right? So possibility number one, it's not that there's no ending, it's just that they're leaving it open for the possibility of a sequel. They don't want to tie it all up. I call shenanigans on that. Why? Well, you only have to look back to my Generation X movies. Back to the Future, Alien, Ghostbusters. They wrapped up their story at the end of the film, but they left enough hanging that they could do successful sequels. And they did. So that's not the reason. Possibility number two. It's not that there's no ending, it's that the filmmaker wanted to leave it open to interpretation. Nope, I call shenanigans again. No ending is not the same as an ambiguous ending. Look at great films like Inception, or one of my favorites, Memento. Those are films that left the ending open to interpretation, but they had an ending. They didn't just run out of steam and cut to the credits. So that one's a no-go. Possible explanation number three. It's just too deep for me and I don't get it. Okay, that's kind of hard for me to debate. It's certainly possible that I just don't get it. But for years and years, I was able to understand movies with complex endings. And now these ones that just cut to black when they're not finished with the story, suddenly I'm too stupid for. I don't buy it, but you know, you could convince me, I guess. But more and more, I'm starting to think that what's happening in these cases is somebody had a great nugget of a kernel of an idea for a concept for a movie, and then it got greenlit.
I've got this great idea for a movie.
All right, let's see your script.
Well, I don't have it with me. Here, take a look at this 3-page treatment for the story.
Looks like a moneymaker. You're greenlit. We start shooting at the end of the month.
Oh, shit.
Now, doesn't that seem a little bit more likely than I just got blindingly stupid over the last couple of years? And that brings me back around to Annihilation, the film I saw that really kind of crystallized this trend that's been nagging at the back of my brain for a while. Annihilation is, by and large, overall, a good movie. Quality cast, an interesting story. I want to know what's happening. I want a payoff. It's not that I want everything drawn out for me. I just would like to understand where I am now that I took this journey. Instead, I got like 2 lines of ambiguous dialogue and credits. That's it. And it shouldn't be that way. So it leaves me in this neutral zone of having seen a movie that I wish I could recommend. It looks amazing. It has great performances. But it's so unsatisfying that I really can't in good conscience tell anybody they should see it. We need to just say no to these movies with a lack of ending. And I'm gonna coin a term right here and right now. These movies don't have an ending, they have a stopping. And movies should have more than just a stopping. Finally then, if none of these points have convinced you that this trend of movies just stopping before the story is over have convinced you, if you don't agree with me yet, I have one final, poignant argument that will bring you around to bring it all into crystal clear focus, and that is this.
Don't you know that you're a grown-up?
Subscribe to GenXGrownUp by clicking right here and enable notifications so you won't miss a thing. Use the comments down below to tell us what you think, and while you're there, a thumbs up would be great too. Please share this online wherever you hang out. Connect with GXG on social networks by clicking right here.
Basically, life sucks as a grown